This is just for the men, so if you're not a man, go ahead, click off the video. I'm talking about 4 harsh truths your father should have taught you, right? Today in America, a lot of people grow up without a father, or they grow up with a weak father. Y'all know the deal. Is BCBO, aka Cole Brown Official. We start number 4 and we go down to number 1. So number 4 is most women will slow you down, right? We're taught to be gentlemen and all this other stuff. Most women don't deserve that type of treatment. And you have to learn this early on, because a lot of these guys get caught into being simps and bending over backwards for someone that doesn't deserve any of that. And you're going to go out bad. These women will try to detour you, take you off your path, and just ruin your life, right? And I'm not trying to get biblical, but I like to bring up Adam and Eve. That's a great story, right? You could have everything going good, and that woman's going to find something that you shouldn't be doing, right? A lot of women have tried to detour me off my path, whether it was drinking, smoking, doing stuff that I don't do. And they know I don't do it, but they still try to encourage me to do it. You know what I'm saying? So the women you choose in your life is very important. Now, she's just a little fling, a little side chick. You know, you just knock her down every now and then. Okay, do you, my boy. But if you spend a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy on this woman, make sure she's actually helping you. She's making your life more peaceful, right? You don't want this woman around. She's always telling you, you need something new, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's really not moving the needle, right? You could get this woman everything. Then she's worried about, oh, what? My friend has this house. Oh, my friend has this bag. Oh, my friend. They're going to keep on going, right? They want the guy with the great physique, but then complain he's always at the gym. They want the guy with the bag, but then when he's always working, she's complaining all you do is work, right? So a lot of these women, they don't know what they want. And even when I say that, people get mad, but that's just the reality of majority of women. They don't know what they want. They get what they want, and then they complain and they don't have free time. And it's like, there's pros and cons to everything. You know, you got to give and take a little bit. Going on to point number 3, you get no sympathy from society, and you shouldn't want sympathy, right? I think a lot of guys get it mixed up that men and women are the same and all this other stuff that they push in today's world, but it's not true, right? If you commit a crime, you're going to do more time than a woman. These double standards, and that's just what it is. I'm not here to complain about the double standards. I just want to understand them, right? So when women complain about inequality and all that stuff, there's inequality on the other end too. Because why, if I commit a crime and a woman commits a crime, why will I do more time? Because of my appearance. And that's just what it is. That's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't want no sympathy, bro. I forget who said it. I think it was Chris Rock. He said, you know, men don't receive unconditional love. That is for kids, dogs, and women, right? Even if you look at, you know, homeless shelters, they have more homeless shelters for kids and women than men. So realize that people aren't going to have the same sympathy for you as when you were a kid or if you were a woman. People are going to give you a lot more leeway. They can take that easy way out. Women can take that easy way out, because there's always a simp that will come by and save the day. But with the dude, nah, that's not the case. So don't be expecting sympathy. You really shouldn't want it. Number 2 is the government doesn't care about you. I think this is a big misconception by a lot of people. They think the government's for us and all this stuff. It's not, right? You think the government's trying to save lives, but it's not. They're trying to keep the rat wheel going and keep stacking more money and having more power. That's what it's about, right? We could have been ended world hunger. If we were about saving lives, we could have been ended world hunger. Because if you look at, they say the price of world hunger is 265 billion. We've sent about 300 billion to Israel. So we could end world hunger if we wanted to. It's just we don't care. The government doesn't care. I shouldn't say we don't care, the government doesn't care. So stop thinking that the government's for you. Really, they just do enough so everybody doesn't get an uproar and try to overthrow stuff. You know, that's all they doing, bro. And last but not least, number 1 is humans are selfish. And this is something you have to realize. Humankind is selfish and jealous. A lot of us had to grow out of that, right? When you were a little baby, someone took away your toy, you didn't want to share, you had to be taught to share, taught to be nice to others, right? You might have had a little phase when you were 2 years old and you was hitting everybody. You had to be taught to stop doing that. So realize humans are, by nature, selfish, jealous creatures. So even if it's your family, when you start improving in life, I was just talking to this with my friend. Once you start improving in life, they're going to call you arrogant. They're going to call you narcissistic. They're going to have a whole bunch of words for you because you're not that same old version of yourself. And sometimes when you grow out of that old version of yourself, people feel a certain type of way about you. They're like, oh, I like the old version of him. I was used to that old version of him. So just because they're your family, that doesn't mean they're going to love you unconditionally, always be there for you. A lot of people, that's not the case. You know, because a lot of times people are going to put themselves first before they put everybody else first. So sometimes you got to put yourself first. You know, that was one of my biggest flaws. I used to always be there for other people when they weren't there for me. Being good to bad people can get you hurt, get you taken advantage of. I can't tell you how many guys I sent money, never got paid back. Like I said, the overweight fella that punched me in my eye, I did so much for this man. And I called him weird one time, and then he just attacks me. You know, so that just showed me that he was only around me for benefit. That's how a lot of people are, bro. People are just around you to try to benefit off you, to leech off of you, and they really don't rock with you. A lot of people are going to be in your life for a season because they have a reason. And then once that reason's over, they gone. You know, and I think it's really a beautiful thing, man. Yesterday I was with some of my homies. And the 3 homies I was with, I knew you could go back 10, 11, 12 years. And I was locked in back then with them. You know, I know one of them since they was 6 years old. I know the other one since he was born. I made my first dollar with the other one. We was cutting grass at 11, 12 years old. Pushing around the lawnmower. He saw me when I was nervous to talk to the person and trying to ask if I could cut their grass. So that's why I'm loyal to the people I've been locked in with. And I stay around those people because that's not a lot of people out here, bro. A lot of people, they're going to be in your life for a reason, and then they're gone. So it might be a short season, it might be a long season, but once someone shows their true colors to you, accept it and be happy they finally showing their true colors. Because especially in today's society, real is rare. Real is rare, and this technology is making people more into themselves and only care about themselves. So it's hard to find good friends in today's world. So if you have a solid friend group, bruh, stick to those people. Stick to those people because on average, people are just naturally selfish, all into themselves, and they want to give a pot to piss in for you. They really don't care about you. They're just trying to benefit off of you. Everybody's just trying to make a quick come up. You know, dudes were like, oh, Cole, you always on your grind. Every time I see you, you're getting better. Now, I told many guys, like, you are either going to get better being around me or it's going to start getting weird. It's going to start getting awkward. Because I already know how it is. Once you start improving, once you start really getting onto your grind, the people around you, you used to be on their level, now they're uncomfortable because they're looking up to you like, why he got that, but I don't. They don't want to put in the work. I done fell out with a lot of friends because I keep climbing. And then my options with women get better. My bread looking a little better. And they going to feel some type of way about it. And that's just what it is, man. So just going back through it again. Number 4 was, most women aren't worth the time, bro. Right? All that gentleman stuff that a lot of dudes' parents would tell them, a lot of that stuff's out, bro. You got to move a little differently, bro. You can't be paying for every single day. Y'all both working. You took on 6, 7 dates, and then she giving it up to some other dude going straight to his crib. Like, we gotta tap in with reality in today's world. Stop bending over backwards because you're going to get taken advantage of. Next is you get no sympathy, and you shouldn't want sympathy. Right? Life is gonna have some tough moments, and you just gotta beat them out. But that's gonna build your character. That's just gonna make you a better person. Going on number 2, the government doesn't care about you, and you shouldn't think they do. Right? That's a big misconception I used to have. I used to think we're the good guys, they're the bad guys. There is no good or bad. Right? Because some people look at America's evil. Some people look at America's good. So realize there's more than just one side, right? That's why I don't come out here and say things with a whole bunch of conviction like, oh, this is what you need to do. If you're doing this, you're wrong. And I don't do all that because I realize there's a lot of different ways to do one thing. But a lot of guys will come online and say things with conviction to get you to hit that like button, to hit that sub button, to get part of their program, right? Now make sure that you do all that. Just show your boy some support. But let's get into number 1, last but not least, is people are selfish. And people get jealous. So don't expect everybody to be happy for you when you start winning, when you get your body, your physique together. When you just start growing, man, a lot of people aren't going to like it because that's going to make them reflect, right? You came from the same place as this other dude. you're improving, he's been a shit ass, oh, now he feels some type of way about you, right? And it's crazy, but that's just the reality of it. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.